Do you know what I won't miss about summer? The cicadas. Oh, they're so loud. But what I want to know is, when do they go away? Be gone. So I'm just going to do a really quick rundown of what the day is going to consist of. This morning, I'm having my coffee and collagen. And I've already drug out my spooky, scary seasoned mugs and cups. Coffee, 1 scoop of collagen. I've been getting that in pretty much religiously every single day for about 3 weeks at this point. Talked about my hair coming out in clumps, like scary amounts. That's when I decided, yeah, Kristi, your doctor already told you you should be taking collagen every single day. I'm just one of these people that I just have a hard time sticking to any kind of a routine. Don't misunderstand where I'm going with this though. Collagen will not stop hair loss. It'll eventually stop on its own if it's stress or trauma to the body, which is what I think mine was related to. Collagen is going to help with new hair growth. It's good for hair, skin, nails, and joints. And my doctor's office is the one that told me about Perfect Keto Collagen. It is even in their office for sale. They take it, and if it's good enough for them, then it's good enough for me. And just in case you were not aware, that's what's going on right now. Perfect Keto's biggest sale of the season. Right now, Perfect Keto is having their Labor Day sale. Monday, August 28th till Tuesday, September 5th. Great time to stock up on all of those Perfect Keto items because their next really big sale won't be till Black Friday. This is a tiered sale, so pretty much the more you buy, the more you save. So if you buy 5 or more items, any combination of items, you're going to get 40% off. 40%! That is insane. To make it super easy on you, what I'm going to do is put the link down in the description box. So when you click on it, it's going to take you over. You pick out your items. When you go to checkout, automatically it's going to apply that discount code for you so you don't have to do anything. But one really quick piece of advice. With this sale, don't wait till the last day. Items sell out quickly because it's up to 40% off. A lot of stuff is going to get gone fast. So if you have a favorite flavor, if there's something you absolutely cannot live without, add those to your cart, check out immediately, and save some money. And you know, I already put in my massive order. I should probably add it to the next grocery haul so you guys can see what all I got. The plan for the day: breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, drinks, desserts, all of that good stuff. It is going to be keto, low carb, and diabetic friendly. There will be a sip and chat or snack and chat. It will probably be long. I got some bad news. I hate bad news. I don't like sharing it because then I get emotional. I'm frustrated, agitated, heartbroken, every single emotion wrapped into one. I keep telling myself, you know, everything happens for a reason. I'm getting off track. I don't want to do that this morning because I'm ready for breakfast. So we'll save it for the chat. Be prepared. This is pretty much as simple as it gets. Jimmy Dean Simple Scrambles. This particular one is the ham and cheddar. I just picked these up. They'll probably be in my next grocery haul. They were only $1. 240 calories, 15 fat, 22 protein, and 4 total carbs. This is one of those breakfasts that's ready in 3 minutes. Pull the lid back and remove everything that's inside this little cup. You pour the eggs in, and when I do that, I like to go ahead and add any seasonings. I'm going to add some salt. Microwave for 50 seconds. Add the ham and cheese. Stir. Then back into the microwave for 25 to 45 seconds. I did add a half a slice of provolone cheese to the top because I love cheese. For my drink, I'm still sipping on my coffee and collagen. It's a good thing that Quincy goes to the groomer Wednesday because he's starting to look like Mo from the Three Stooges. You know, when I tell you all that I'm 100% honest with you, I am being serious. This is the dining room table. We are on week 3 of everything being emptied out of my pantry and put on the table so that I could organize it and clean it out. And while I am making some progress, I can't do all of it at once. It overwhelms me. I'm gonna set a 10-minute timer work on this and then focus on something else. Time for lunch. Let's see what I can throw together. Here we go with another easy meal. I have a leftover Mexicali style chicken patty. I picked these up at Aldi. 200 calories, 6 grams of fat, 27 protein, 4 total carbs with 1 fiber, meaning 3 net carbs. I've got some bagged lettuce that needs to be used up, so I'm just going to make a salad. I'm not even going to reheat the patty because I like them cold. And I'm going to make my own little type of dressing to put over the salad. In a bowl, I'm going to add some sriracha and sour cream. And then just a spoonful of the juice from the deli-style jalapenos from Aldi. I'm going to mix that all together. This is a massive bowl, loads of lettuce. I added some Fiesta blend cheese, chopped up jalapenos, and I went ahead and cut up the chicken patty and sprinkled it over the top. Added my dressing, and I'm done. To drink, I'm going to have some of the Milo's unsweetened tea, no sweetener, and I'm going to add my own. I will be putting in some Splenda. I'm out of Truvia right now. This Splenda in the squeeze bottle is fine. It is keto friendly. The sweetener in it is sucralose, and that does not spike me. And like I mentioned this morning, I've already pulled out all of my spooky, scary cups and mugs. I'm ready for Halloween. Today's sip and chat, I will be sipping on an Alani Nu cherry slush because it's one of my favorite drinks ever. And I've not had an energy drink today. Plus, I'm going to be having some water. If I'm going to hang out and talk about something that makes me sad right now, at least I want to have my favorite drink. I do have good news. I think I'll go over that first and save the bad news for the end of the chat because I don't want to get weepy and I don't want to get upset. Quick recap. Last week's What I Ate in a Day video, I discussed the fact that I had my endocrinologist appointment. We went over all of my numbers, my A1C, things that were going on, and he thinks that I have felt horrific these past almost 2 years since being diagnosed as a type 1 diabetic because I am extremely sensitive to insulin and I'm extremely sensitive to blood sugar spikes and then blood sugar drops, and it just makes me feel horrific. He firmly believes that I need to be on an insulin pump because that will regulate that graph so it doesn't look like this, up, down, up, down. It will be more straight and I won't have the highs and lows, thus helping to eliminate some of the brain fog, fatigue, nausea, vomiting, just a massively long list. The reason he said go with the Omnipod is because I've never been on a pump before, and the Omnipod is like a no commitment kind of pump. This is a prescription. I go pick it up. It's changed out like every 2 to 3 days. If I end up not liking it, no big deal, I can stop. I currently wear a continuous glucose monitor, so I don't have to constantly stick my finger. I'm on the Libre 3, and I'm having a horrific time getting it. It's never in stock because it's a whole list of bleh. A lot of people that do not have a medical reason to wear this particular one are wearing it for fun, to see what their numbers do. I've been complaining about it for a year. It's not changed a thing, so I need to move on. I did because I got the prescription for the G6 and the G7. That's the Dexcom. The Dexcom pairs with the Omnipod, whereas the Libre doesn't. The thing is, he gave me all 3 prescriptions. Actually, he gave me 4. He gave me the Libre 2, the Libre 3, in case I don't do the pump and I don't want to stay with the Dexcom. He also gave me a prescription for the Dexcom G6 and the G7. G6 pairs with the Omnipod. G7 will eventually. And the G7 is tiny, so that's why I wanted it. The G6 is like big and bulky. That was a very long story. Brain fog has been really bad for about the past 2 weeks again, and so that's why I'm all over the place. Let me cut to the chase. Went to the pharmacy, put my prescriptions in. What he did was, my doctor, being the genius that he is, put my prescription in for my Libre 3 so that I get 6 at a time instead of every month. Now I get them every 3 months. So 4 refills, 6 at a time. And that way, every single month, I'm not waiting for the Libre to come back in stock. Went ahead and got that filled because I plan on staying on this one until we figured out the Omnipod Dexcom situation. I'm staying with the Libre. Super loud cicadas, I swear. We already talked about it this morning. I digress. Good news. I now have 6 of the Libres and I don't have to get the prescription filled again for 3 months. So I won't have that added pressure on my noggin thinking about, am I going to be able to get my prescription? Am I going to be able to get it in stock? Is it going to be there? What's going on? Am I going to have to poke my finger? Then I called to set up virtual training so I could figure out how the Omnipod works. They don't just let you have one and they're like, okay, there you go, figure it out. They actually do hands-on in-person training, or if they feel like you can do it virtually, they allow that. So when I called to set it up, they said, you need to go ahead and put your prescriptions in, physically have them, and we can teach you how to fill it up, placement, and all that stuff. More good news. My insurance covers the Dexcom G6 and the little transmitter. So within the same week, my insurance covered and paid for, I had a copay, the Libre and the Dexcom. So apparently it's okay if I have multiple glucose monitors in my drawer. They're fine with that. Now for the bad news. The insurance said there is no way, not happening, not possible, don't even think about it. You're not getting an Omnipod. We will not cover it. We will not partially cover it. No. Basically, they said no pump will be covered unless you are a child, which I am not. For the past week, since getting this information, we have been trying to fight it. My doctor has put in that it is basically a medical necessity. My pharmacy also sent in additional information. We have basically been jumping through hoops, and it's still a no. And they're not budging on this one. I pulled it up, checked the pharmacies. The cheapest possible place that I could get the Omnipod, a month's supply, which would be 11 Omnipods, would cost me between $700 and I think the highest was like $800. So between $700 and $800 is what it would cost me a month. I'm trying to compartmentalize and put it over here in this little box and just not think about it. It is what it is. That's my bad news. I don't know if I can work that into our budget, spending an additional $800 a month for an Omnipod. Well, so much for making today's sip and chat really short. I'm sort of stuck right now, just trying to weigh all of my options, thoughts, recommendations. Let me know. I did have other things that I wanted to talk about. I don't want to start crying, and the more I talk about this whole insulin pump situation and insurance and all that, good news and bad news. And that's where I stand. I'm just going to stop chatting right now. Tonight for dinner, we're having hamburger mac and cheese. I actually shared this recipe in a video about a year ago. So what I'm going to do is link it for you up in the cards and down in the description box. Now, when I initially made the video, I did not add bacon, but I do now. The mac and cheese in this recipe is from Perfect Keto, and I'm using the yellow cheddar. Gluten-free, high fiber, keto certified, and it is a lupin bean pasta. I never was a huge fan of macaroni and cheese, but I grew up on Hamburger Helper, and that is what this is like. Believe it or not, even my 14-year-old Briley will eat it, and she's a picky eater. With Perfect Keto having their Labor Day sale, it is a great time to pick up 5 or more items so that you can get 40% off of your total order. That's down in the description box. Click on it, it'll take you right on over. So tonight I'm having a massive bowl of basically Hamburger Helper, keto friendly, and to drink, I'm having water. That Grimace shake is huge right now, so when I saw this cup at a thrift store, you know I picked it up. I don't know about you, but I'm ready for all things pumpkin. This weekend, I meal prepped some pumpkin pie fat bombs. I actually have several different recipes that are pumpkin inspired. If you haven't, make sure you go check out my easy keto recipe playlist. But I will link this fat bomb recipe for you. 8:30, and I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. This is our amazing sunset this evening. I hope you enjoy it as much as we did. I'll have everything mentioned in today's video linked for you in the description box, so all you have to do is click on it. There's also a ton of discount codes down there in case you order your keto products online. Don't forget, before you go, to subscribe and hit that notification bell. I'll see you guys in the next one.